Hi guys, today we come to Rajinikanth versus Joseph Vijay part 1. Earlier we gave the introduction where we talked a bit about whether the rivalry is real, whether just like in wrestling and other like for example football or soccer rivalries, the teams, the media and the stars all benefit from rivalry. Fans get excited, people buy more tickets, everybody has a sort of a good time, you can say, through this kind of a rivalry, especially if it's a healthy rivalry. But upon further analysis, it does seem that it's not necessarily something that they sat down behind the scenes and said, let us both go at each other. It seems more like there's an element of dissatisfaction among the camp of superstar Rajinikanth and Joseph Vijay. What's interesting is, whether you agree or not regarding the eagle versus crow comparison, but we have to agree that Rajini and Vijay, to me, seem like opposite sides of the pole, like yin and yang. Generally, it is said that people who try to shine, it's a Chinese proverb, it's written in the Tao Te Ching, it's one of the Chinese classics, where it says that he who tries to shine dims his own light. So in this situation, Vijay is trying to shine. He wants to be like his ex-idol superstar Rajinikanth. Everybody knows very clearly Vijay never tried to hide it. If you see all his movies, he will be rolling on the floor worshipping Rajini as his idol. But if you see after the movie Pokiri, which is the last movie in which he says எவ்வளோ ரஜினி படம் பார்த்துருப்போம் and then does the pistol gimmick. After that, you can see that he's moving away, he's doing some new strategy, and he starts to portray himself with his teammate or with his ardent supporter Atli as a kind of MGR supporter. You see him doing more of that. So with Atli's support, he relatively successfully came into a kind of a portrayal as an MGR fan, as moving away from worshipping Rajini, because he felt that it was enough. The reason of Rajini worship, now we can see retrospectively, was a big part of it was due to the big fans Rajini has, and Rajini fans coming to watch Vijay movie of course means more ticket sales. So among the comparison that I said earlier, that Rajini and Vijay, Joseph Vijay represents opposite side of the pole. Spontaneity is one big thing. Okay, spontaneity means if you see Rajini talking on stage, you don't need to ask him to prepare anything. He can just go on stage and just start speaking, and it'll be so entertaining. Spontaneity is Rajini, and truth. He tries a lot to speak the truth, although he is a bit too diplomatic at times also. So these are things that symbolizes Rajini. However, when you talk about Joseph Vijay, he is a very planned person. He's never a spontaneous person. So if he goes to a stage and talks, he needs to prepare thoroughly, go through a lot of practice sessions, and he speaks normally what he has practiced. So although his spontaneity has very much improved through years of acting. So again, you might disagree, you might say that he is also a spontaneous person. I don't deny it might be possible in the future, because Vijay is somebody, to give him credit, is somebody who is a goal-oriented person. If he sets his mind on something, then he will put effort, target and work hard to go and achieve what he wants to achieve. Only problem with him is, I would say, what looks like a lack of sincerity and lack of truth, which Rajini seems to have more of. Alright, so that is one aspect of their differences: spontaneity versus planned everything. Another interesting thing, which I probably talk in another video in more detail, is that if you look at, you might or might not believe in astrology or other such things, but the aura or the style of Rajini, if you look, is that he has this superpower, whether he knows or not, of turning negatives into positives. If you see in his movies, the name of the hero is not like a very glamorous name. Alright, it is not like a lot of the famous movies, the names are like Kabali, Basha, those kind of names that are associated with more hardworking, that kind of laborer kind of people, rather than some zamindar or something like that. So he tries to, whether consciously or not, he is associated with that, and it's successful. Even when Rajini first came on the scene, heroes were fair-skinned and like MGR, they did not smoke or drink. However, so-called negative things like perceived by the society at the time, like dark skin or smoking and drinking, turned into positives for Rajini. Rajini's inability to speak Tamil like Sivaji and his slang, in fact, again turned positive for him because people started imitating that. So the superpower Rajini has is taking negatives and making it into positives. The most latest things would be, I mean, besides the fact that, if there's a snake in his movie, it does well. If Rajini is associated with prison in movies, it does well, right? So latest is he was really down after Darbar and all these kind of things, and Jailer came up. So when he faced big negativity, just like Basha, which came before Chandramukhi, his superpower will turn it into positivity. So this is one thing that we see. Whereas for Vijay, it is like how to say, a child born in a very difficult birth. The doctors are sweating and they have to do operations, and it's like almost death. But finally, the baby comes out. For him, his aura, his I would say superpower, his fate, I think, is that God will give him success, but he has to go through a lot of dramas, humiliations, and a lot of this kind of negative pain. So for Vijay, his pattern is always suffering and humiliation, followed by some success through hard work, dedication, and discipline. So I would not be surprised if Vijay goes far, whether in cinema, which is actually that's another reason why he's diverting into politics. Cinema is a bit of a challenge for him now already, because even his makeup, anytime he goes away from that traditional haircut that he has, it becomes a bit difficult to look at, compared to say actors like Vikram or Kamal Hassan, who also did a lot in their craft, whether it's storyline or makeup or acting, compared to Vijay, who rarely experiments and fails if he tries. So he is sort of diverting to politics, and who knows, he might really go big in there. Don't underestimate him, because as I said, his aura is that he usually goes through a lot of trials, tribulations, but usually comes out on top. So now the interesting question will be whether Rajini, after seeing Vijay, and if Vijay really makes stride in politics, will Rajini feel challenged to also get in the ring after maybe தலைவர் 180 or whatever. But it will be really cool if he does about 200 films and then jumps into the ring of politics with Vijay on that side. So guys, what do you all think? I will continue in my next video, the next one. Take care. Bye bye.